We have heard a lot about elementary and high school plans, but post-secondary students also have a new normal to contend with come September. For more on that, I'm joined by the interim president and vice chancellor at the University of Regina, Thomas Chase. Mr. Chase, thanks for being here.
My pleasure. It's good to speak with you.
Before we get into back to school, I wanted to ask you about the sale of the president's residence. What happened there and where's the money going?
The house, which the university had owned for many years, sold this summer. We made the decision in May to sell it, and it sold just a few weeks ago. The money from the proceeds of the sale will be used in several ways. First of all, we're putting another $100,000 into student emergency funding. We've distributed over $350,000 to date to students in need. And we're going to take another $100,000 out of the house proceeds and add it to that fund because there is need there among students. We're also going to set up 2 new research chairs. As you know, a university doesn't only teach, it also conducts intensive research and creative activity in a whole range of disciplines. And we have some absolutely world-beating researchers on campus. The president's chair and the chancellor's chair will be 2 new ways of recognizing highly distinguished researchers on campus and elevating their work and their profile nationally and internationally. So there'll be more details on that this fall as we work them out, but we're delighted to invest money in the university's research operations. And finally, part of the proceeds will be going into general operating. As you know, with the campus effectively almost closed down, though we are saving money on things like utilities, obviously, and staff travel, since no one is traveling, we're also experiencing some real stress on revenues from residences, which are nearly empty, food services, which of course are not operating right now, parking, and other sources of ancillary revenue. So some of the proceeds from the sale of the house will help us offset some of those losses.
Let's talk about students getting back to class. The university made a decision a long time ago about what it'll look like, but can you remind us for people to know what it's going to look like?
Certainly. Together with our post-secondary partners, that's the University of Saskatchewan, Saskatchewan, and the regionals, in mid-May, we made the decision, given the way that the pandemic was looking, that the prime goal had to be safety of university students. And as you know, university students have many contacts, or vectors, as we call them. So in order to protect the health and safety of students, of faculty, of staff, and of the wider community, the sector as a sector made the decision that the fall term would be largely remote. And so nearly all of our teaching activities, our mentorship activities, will be conducted at a distance, remotely. There will be a very limited number of extremely small lab sections and studios held on campus, observing all of the rules set out by the Chief Medical Officer and the Ministry of Health for physical distancing, cleanliness, sanitation, and all of these things. We take the health and safety of the community, our community as a university, and the broader community extremely seriously.
Has there been an increase in financial support needs?
I would say very definitely. If you look around, the number of, I'd say particularly small businesses that are struggling, businesses that typically would employ students over the summer, many of them are struggling. The restaurant industry, the hospitality industry was hit very hard earlier this year, and it really diminished a lot of the opportunities that university students typically would have for summer employment. So yes, I think the need is up. The fact that we've distributed well over $250,000 in student aid and bursaries in recent months shows that, and the fact that we're going to take more money, in this case out of the proceeds of the house sale, we feel that there is very definitely a need out there.
Thanks so much for your time today, Mr. Chase.
It's a pleasure to talk with you.